Kamen Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Kamen Rider here with my review of Kamen Rider Ex-Aid episode 36, and this was a really good episode. This was the debut of Ex-Aid's final form, the Muteki form, which we've been teasing for at least 1 week. I think it was like 2 weeks now, maybe one, I can't remember. It might be 2 weeks with the break, doesn't matter, but like we only teased it via Dan like saying, oh look, my genius, and he like held up the gas hat and whatnot. But this was a pretty good episode. It also saw like the first defeat of Kronos. It wasn't like the full-on he's dead, but like the first significant defeat of him. I don't know, is the system destroyed? I don't know, because they're like, you did it, you defeated him, but then he's alive. I was just a little muddled in that part. But the point is that he lost a round. And I was surprised about how much I almost said how much it went down. That doesn't make any sense, but like how bad he was defeated. I kind of expected once Muteki debuted for them to have a fight where they're maybe a little more evenly matched, but Muteki clearly won and he just kind of retreated, but it was kind of like almost like a straight up defeat, so I was kind of surprised by that. But I really liked the debut of it. Just starting aesthetically, I really do like the form. I think it's pretty cool looking. It's like, it's super gold, gold power, like you know how Antonio did. But I really just like the look of it. I love like the Predator dreads, like it's kind of cool and funny at the same time. I just really dig it a lot. I do like the origins around it. I think it was kind of neat to have Dan be the one that built it in response to his father getting Kronos, which was supposed to be like, you know, the highest level that you would fight, and then now they're against it, so it's like, crap, there's no higher level than that, so I have to create this, and like, of course, you know, he's motivated by not wanting to be outdone, but I thought that was just a really cool origin for it. And also, this was like the most that I liked M, more like tolerated him in a while, probably since like the very beginnings before he really got on my nerves. But he made some pretty smart moves in this episode. He basically realized that, or they collectively realized together, but like, you know, you're not as good in general, but like you couldn't use the gas hat initially because it was designed for you, but you don't have the powers of Genius Gamer because that was Palad, who is, you know, separated from you now. You don't have a bond anymore. And so he concluded, like, I'm gonna have to, you know, reaffirm the bond between us or whatever. That sounded like it was more like meaningful, but like, you know, I was supposed to put him into himself again. That was also gonna sound weird, but like bond with him again, basically. And I thought it was just really like a nice, smart move. It was a very calculated risk. I just feel like M just doesn't make very many of those decisions. He's usually just so loud about gotta do what the patient's doing, and he takes it the easy way a lot of the times, and it was just kind of nice to see him make a very smart decision for like the overall game board, basically. I guess game board is really accurate, but at risk to himself. And it was kind of nice to make Palad a little bit more relevant again. Not that he's like irrelevant, but he kind of has been a little bit more background since Kronos showed up. And it was a little bit interesting having the changing dynamics of having the Bugsters as like pseudo potential allies because they also were against Kronos. But like, this kind of really brought back the core conflict with him before Kronos showed up. So I think it'll be an interesting way. He still might be the final villain? I don't know. Like, this is a case where I really don't know how this is going to map out. Like, there's some series where you could say, where do you think it's going to be within the last 4 episodes? And I could tell you, and I might be somewhat close. But because of how they've been moving along with the plot, I honestly couldn't say. Like, for all we know, Kronos and Palad will fuse or something. Like, something crazy that we don't even know. There could be a new wild card. Like, I have no idea. But, so I just kind of like that they're setting up for that conflict to come back around in an interesting way. And manage to forward it in a different way by having M making the decision to regain the powers of M to regain the powers of himself, but of the Genius Gamer side of himself, so that he could use Muteki, which I just thought was really cool, like, method of debuting it. And like I said, the most I've liked something he's done in like, I don't even know how long, potentially ever, because like at the beginning, you're never just like episode 1, boom, you're the worst. It takes a little time, but anyway. Also, the other big event in this episode was Laser is indeed faking it. I'm sort of mixed on that. In one way, I'm kind of disappointed, but on the other, I almost had like a smile on my face when it happened, just because it was like classic him in a way, and like the way he delivered the line, because it was shown that what he said to him when he whispered in his ear was like, I'm just playing or whatever. Like, just, I don't know how close the subs are to what he said, but just like his delivery of it, like as an actor, it was very classic him, and it made for a nice twist, just like a quick second twist for how they got the Muteki Gassat back, since Kronos, there we go, Kronos had stolen it previously when Genom was trying to use it, and he like plucked it from him. So it was like, it wasn't like a twist I didn't see coming in general, but like in that moment, because like last week it sort of established it, and the focus was kind of Kronos and this Muteki stuff. I wasn't really thinking so much about that, but basically he pretended so that he could get the proto-Gashats and stuff like that. But so I'm a little mixed on it, because part of me wished that he was kind of evil, not evil, but like he had good cause. I think I went into that last week and the previous week, how he did have motivations that I wouldn't have like not bought. So I kind of wish it was more a mix of both, but it didn't entirely feel out of character that he didn't want to go against Em, because the way some of it was kind of mixed last week. Like some of it, I'm like, you do have good cause, but some of the stuff they were saying didn't make sense, but that didn't really flag it in my head that it was a lie so much, because so much of what Togu characters say, just normal human beings would never think. So it was just kind of, I don't know. I'm just mixed on it. It's one of those things where I argue in my head, but I'm not like outraged over it. Like I'm nice. It's nice to just have him around, and he overall, between all of this, still wound up having one of the better characters on the show, and he did, you know, a really good job in this storyline, just in terms of progress he made, like achievements, I guess. Like, 'cause he got the Proto-Gashats back, and he managed to be critical in that moment in getting the final form Gashat back to him. So it was kind of cool. So next week it looks kind of interesting, because now we're going to be leading towards the level 100 for Tattle Legacy, because they tried to debut it at the beginning of this episode and he can't do it yet, but that's going to be next week, and we're going to be, it looks actually pretty interesting next week. It looks like a lot going on, because we have him getting his level 100, and then it looks like there's going to be a major conflict between Snipe and Graphite. There we go, that guy. So that's coming to a head. So yeah, overall this was a really good episode. I liked it a lot. I liked the way the debut happened. I wasn't too mad at lasers. Still have some slightly conflicting thoughts, but overall I thought everything went pretty well. I'll probably give an episode an 8.5. Alright, so until next week, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Dawson Rider, signing out.